Hi creative friends, this is Freya and thank you so much for being here. So I allowed this to completely dry and I'm gonna bring it up closer just so you can see how much of a difference collage actually makes. When I left this, like at the end of my last video, I wasn't really liking it a whole lot. There was just something that seemed like a little bit wonky with it. But now that I am looking at it, I left it overnight. I let it dry completely. There's a lot of it that is really resonating with me. So sometimes, I talked about this a few videos ago, like sometimes you just need rest. Sometimes, I might think, oh my God, I hate this. It's just, ugh, it's not working, whatever. And maybe it's just like I need some perspective. I need to put it away. And maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm cranky. Maybe I need to eat something or whatever. So it just really helps to get a little bit of distance from your work, even if it's just overnight or, even longer. But I'm actually liking it a lot more now that I've come back to it. So yeah, sometimes I could just be cranky and just be like, oh, I hate this. It's not working. But that being said, I still want to build up my layers. And there's a lot of it that I am really wanting to keep going forward. But there's also parts of it that I think just need a little bit more. And before I dive into this, I just wanted to say that somebody asked me what the color of this particular ink is, and it's a luscious, delicious red. As you can see, like I absolutely cannot tell anything about this because it's all covered up in ink. But this is a Ranger re-inker, and I don't know the exact name of it, but it is like a cranberry, an alizarin crimson. It's like a very deep, like rich red that leans towards the cools. And these are excellent inks. A little goes a long way. They're just so concentrated. But anyways, I think what I'm gonna do is add some of my burnt sienna ink in some of the places because I just want to like gringe it up. I want to age it more. And like when I put it over top of the whites and even the blue here, it's going to really like age it. Like look at that. Do you see how it just like ages it? So I think what I'm gonna do is just like really gringe it up. Like I want to just make luscious color feels, and I'm gonna use my fingers a little bit. And like putting that burnt sienna over the blue is just so delicious, you guys. I'm gonna actually do it more here. And this particular ink, in case anybody is interested, is Liquitex, and it is a transparent burnt sienna. It is absolutely luscious. I use it a lot for my skin tones because I want that like really beautiful caramel, burnt sienna type of skin color, even though I mix it up with blues and I mix it up with my chalk paint in Cashew to lighten it up, and then conversely to darken it up as well. I just love this for so many different reasons. So if you guys are looking to like add dimension and texture, deepen your say your colors over here, like look at this, you guys. Oof. Just like, and I just want to make some marks over here. Like, look at that. See, I really am loving that over there. So I'm just gringing things up. And I think I want to add a little bit of this red here. Like I said, a little goes a long way, you guys. This is very, very concentrated. And like, look at that. It's So now I'm going to bring back some of the ovals here that kind of got lost a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit more. So what I would say with your backgrounds, you guys, like if you are making backgrounds, and if you don't like it, what I would do is just keep working it. The great thing about mixed media is that every layer that you add on is only going to enhance it, because you're going to get more textures, you're going to get depth. And another thing that I would do is, like, when you are working on it, don't cover everything. I have a heavy hand, and sometimes I cover up things I don't want to cover up. I don't mean to cover up, but I do them anyways. I do it anyways, and then I regret it later. So if you have painter's tape, which I don't have, but I ran out of it. But if you do have painter's tape, which you can pick it up at, like, say, a Dollar General or even like a Walmart or something, there, it's not expensive. You don't have to buy it from an art store. And then you can cover up pieces that you want to keep, so you don't end up covering it up, you know, because sometimes I can cover up things without meaning to. So when you do work like layers upon layers upon layers, don't cover everything up. Like, let previous layers show through, and that builds up a sense of history on your page, and it gives it like depth, interest. It invokes curiosity, and it tells a story of where the painting has been. You know, oh well, this was, you know, a first or second layer, and now it's juxtaposed with a sixth layer, which, you know, might look a lot different, but, you know, that, like, positioning next to each other makes for so much interest and beauty. And it's a way that, you know, you can tell your stories through your art. So let's see here. So I'm just gonna bring this up closer. I didn't do a whole lot, honestly, but I am happy with it. Now I'm feeling like called to add some text, but I can't do it now because everything's kind of wet. But I'm gonna go in with my Stabilo here. Now, I did think that, you know, I might want to do a still life over top of this, and I still may, I don't know. Which is going to be interesting, because usually for my still lifes I go with like very neutral colors, and this has got like pops of like yellows and reds and like some bright stuff going on, but it might, I don't know, it might make for an interesting still life. So I don't know, I think I still might do a still life over top of this. I don't know yet. So I'm just kind of like building up my my substrate here, and I'm also going to add some collage. So you guys, I have mentioned this before, but I've got a ton of backgrounds, and it is really addictive making backgrounds. And sometimes I go like, what on earth am I going to do with all these backgrounds? But the thing is, it doesn't matter what I'm going to do with them, honestly, because I learn so much, and it's just like meditative. Honestly, it's therapy. So I try not to, in the beginning, like many years ago, I used to kind of like focus more on like, oh, you know, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of resources, because I mean, you know, I'm using my paper, I'm using my paint, you know, and I used to kind of look at it that way. But then I stopped doing that, because I'm like, you know what, I am learning so much, and I am, not only am I learning, but I'm building up my visual language. Like, I am learning what I like, what I don't like, you know, and it's just, honestly, it teaches me to be in beginner's mind. So yeah, I don't look at it anymore like, oh, what am I doing with the backgrounds? I mean, I may turn them into something later. Who knows? Okay, and I want to add some neutrals here to the mix. So just kind of like gringing it up a little bit. And I think what I want to do when I come back, when it's dry, is to add some text and also some marks with my Posca. I think that would be a good thing. So you guys, also, there's a community part to like where I post stuff, and you guys can post whatever you're working on if you wanted to. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Ooh, I like that. So I'm just trying to introduce some neutrals to the mix here. So the neutrals are really going to make the bright colors pop. Okay, you guys, so I am going to allow this to completely dry. And if the videos are too short, you guys, I'm just going to post them to in a day. So if anybody's following along, then, that might be helpful rather than waiting like until the next day. But yeah, this is how I work a lot of times when I am doing my backgrounds, because this way it allows me to be detached, so I'm not like focused on one thing, so I can work on many things at one time. And it also gives me like a lot of perspective by doing that. And I work in shorter increments of time. So I might just work for 10 minutes, go do something else, and then come back. And that works out really well for me. Ooh, I'm just gonna kind of do that over there. Okay. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.